This is Scott the Fix-It Guy. Today we're dealing with a top-loading washing machine that keeps overfilling. So we're going to unplug it or turn off the power and see if we can figure out why it's overfilling. So we're going to be removing 3 screws here from each side so we can get off our control panel. I'm going to wiggle the control panel toward me, and I'm going to use a little pry bar to help break it loose. And what I'm looking for now is the water pressure switch, and I'm going to remove the tube. It's a little plastic tube that comes up to the pressure switch. I'm going to blow through the tube and see if air can easily go through that tube. If it doesn't, it could mean that that tube is blocked. So I'm going to blow through it, and I find that air goes through it really easily, and it seems too easy, as if maybe the other side of this tube has come off the tub, and that can happen. So I'm going to put this little tube back on the pressure switch. I'm going to put a little plastic clamp on here to make sure that the tube is on there securely, and I'll just kind of put this all back where it was. I'll push the control panel back in, and then I'll add those screws back. So there's 3 on each side. Now I'm removing the front panel by removing 2 Phillips head screws from the bottom right and bottom left hand corner, and then I'll use a little pry bar or screwdriver to separate the front panel from the upper panel. It's just kind of held in there by friction, so I'm going to use my knife to put in there and just separate those 2. A screwdriver would work fine too. I'm going to pull the panel off, and there's a little pressure tube connected on this tub. It's on the left hand side over in the back, so I'm going to reach in there and just see if that's connected. So here's that little tube, and it was disconnected, so I'm just pushing it back onto the tub. There's a little plastic piece that it fits onto, and it's just a friction fit, so you just push it back on. So now that that tube's back on, it'll be able to sense how high the water gets, and it'll start to agitate. It won't overfill. So I'm just going to test it now. I am setting it for just normal fill, and I'm setting it at the lowest level, and when it reaches that level it should start to agitate. In the meantime, I'll put this front panel back on. So I line up this pin here at the top, and I usually use a screwdriver to help me push the panel back up so it's a nice tight fit with the upper panel. Just take your time on this, it's a little tricky. And then I'll put the Phillips head screws back in the lower right and lower left hand corner to hold the panel in. And then when the water reaches high enough, it should hit a point where it doesn't fill anymore and it starts to agitate. So yeah, there we go. Just confirming that. So I'm going to set it for medium, just test another water level, make sure it's working. And now it reaches up to medium, agitating, so everything's fixed. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe to our channel when you get a chance.